What up, family? Helpful Trucker here. This video is going to be a little bit different. Not going to talk much about trucking in this video. We'll talk a little bit about finances, the economy, what to expect in the next, we'll say, 6 months to a year. I've been doing a lot of research lately on the economy. I mean, I'm always doing research on the economy, money and finances and what's to come in the future. And, you know, right now, the feds are slated to increase interest rates a couple of more times this year in 2022. I believe they've already raised the interest rate at least once already, maybe even twice. But like they're slated to meet sometime here in June or July or something like that, and then they're going to meet again like the next month after they meet this initial time or this first time in June, and they want to raise interest rates both times at the meeting that they're having in June and at the meeting that they're planning on having in July. I might be a little bit wrong on the June and July meeting. It might be like a July and August meeting, but the point is they're planning on meeting 2 times within the next 90 days, and they want to raise interest rates both of those times. And there's information out that suggests that whenever the feds raise interest rates twice within 1 quarter, then it's likely that the economy is going to go into a recession. So what does that mean for the everyday average individual, the truck drivers like you and me, that the regular people that keep the economy going? What that means typically is when interest rates go up, that means that your debt payments are likely to go up. That means that what you're paying a month for your debts, if your debts are variable interest rates. So if you got credit cards, those are very likely variable interest rates. Those credit card payments are going to go up if the feds increase the interest rates in the next 90 days. So you're going to have the same balance, but your payments are going to be more. If you've got a home equity line of credit, those are normally a variable interest rate, though that's going to go up as well. The debt is going to go up, but the amount that you have to pay on a monthly basis is going to go up once the Fed increases these interest rates. So that's how that's going to affect the everyday average individuals. I want to talk to you real quick, real briefly in this video about 3 things that you and I should be doing over the course of the next, we'll say, 3 to 9 months. Based on the information that I've been reading, this recession is expected to kick in somewhere in the next 6 months to 24 months. And the reason that's such a big window is because it's time for the recession right now, based on the numbers and based on the market and the current economy that we have. But the way that the feds are raising interest rates, the reason they're doing it incrementally is because they want to give us, the public, what they call a soft landing. They want to try to They don't want the landing to come so hard. So that's the reason why the window goes from 6 months to 24 months, because the feds are spacing out the intervals that they increase the interest rates so that we, the public, don't feel it so abruptly. So they're basically stretching out what has to happen. So that's why the 6 to 24 month window. But what can you and I do as average individuals over the course of the next 3 to 6 months to set ourselves up to benefit somewhat from the recession that's expected to come? Because the fact of the matter is, recessions are where people expand. Recessions are where people make money. Some people lose money in a recession. The majority of us lose money, lose assets in a recession, but there are a lot of people that are able to grow, that are able to add an extra zero onto their bottom line because of a recession. So recessions have a negative aspect, but don't get it twisted. They also have a positive aspect as well. Normally after recession, there is a long period of growth. So if you can weather the next 6 to 24 months, this recessionary period, then you're definitely gonna come out stronger on the other side. So the first thing that you and I can do as far as financially to prepare for the economy that is about to come, first thing we can do, I already touched on it, is figure out a way to pay off / get rid of / lower any variable interest rate debts that you have, any credit card debts that you have. And this is especially the variable interest rate debts that you're not using the money to make more money. So if you got credit card debt and you've used that credit card debt to buy consumer items, you're not using that credit card debt to make more money, then you definitely want to try to get those type of debts off of you, because as I already touched on, your debt is not going to go up as long as you don't charge anything more, but your payments are going to go up. You're going to find yourself having to pay more on a payment for the same amount of debt. And if things are already tight on you right now, the last thing you want is to be paying, 150% of the payment that you are already making for the same amount of debt. During recessionary periods, borrowing gets more expensive. That's why the Feds increase interest rates, to try to stifle borrowing, to try to stifle that somewhat, right? So borrowing gets more expensive. If you got outstanding varying interest rate debts, then you want to try to get those paid off, because again, your payments are going to go up as the Feds increase the interest rates over the next few months. They're going to do it multiple times in 2022 and probably in 2023 as well. Again, they're trying to stifle inflation. The next thing you need to do, other than pay off your variable interest rates debts, or at least pay them down some, is try to sock away some cash. I know that's difficult, okay? Especially right now with fuel being $5.50 a gallon, with everything in the nation, food, electricity, everything being more expensive. I know that's extremely difficult to try to sock away some cash. Right now, you definitely want to be putting away some cash. And the reason you want to be putting away some cash is because over the course of the next 6 to 24 months, as the economy goes into this recession, anybody that is over leveraged, we'll say, anybody that's over leveraged will probably be forced to sell at a discounted rate. This is why you want to have cash available at a time like this. This is how rich people get ahead during times like this, because they're cash heavy, and as undervalued assets hit the market, there are certain individuals that have the cash to be able to pull off a deal. And then there are others of us that are fearful, and we're conservative, and we're trying to hold on to every penny that we get, and we're just not able to take advantage of those undervalued assets as they hit the marketplace. But be aware, be on the lookout for more and more undervalued assets to hit the market in the course of the next 6 to 24 months. Businesses, real estate, trucks for us truck drivers. This shortage of trucks that's on the market right now, this is gonna correct itself. And when it does, you want to have the resources in place to be able to take advantage of some of the assets that are going to hit the market. So that's the second thing you need to be looking at doing, is socking away some cash. And the third thing I already alluded to is start looking for undervalued assets to start hitting the market. It is at times like these that individuals figure out what a real asset is. And in my opinion, a real asset is something that puts money in your pocket, which means if you've got something that you own that is putting money in your pocket every month, meaning it's not costing you to own it, then you're probably not going to look to sell it when you get in tough financial times. But if you've got something that you think is an asset, but it's not actually putting money into your pocket, those are the type of things that individuals look to sell when money gets tight. So start looking for these assets of all sorts to be hitting the market in the next 6 to 24 months. Big things, again, like real estate, trucks and stuff like that, but also small consumer items as well. Like look on Facebook Marketplace and start looking for the people that are liquidating things. If you're not playing on a big level, you can play on a small level. It doesn't matter. There are going to be people in all financial situations that are looking to liquidate, big things and little things. And in my opinion, what we all should be doing during recessionary times, because the opportunity is there, is looking to chase the next zero. Meaning wherever we are right now, we should be looking during a recession to add another zero to our portfolio. And the way that you do that, one tried and true way of doing that, is being able to buy assets be able to buy assets for less than what they're worth. And during a recessionary time, that's when assets that are worth more than they're being sold for hit the market. So you want to be in position to be able to take advantage of that. Those are the three things I would suggest that all of us as average individuals be working on over the course of the next 3 to 6 to 9 months to position ourselves to be able to capitalize over the next 6 to 24 months. Look to pay off / pay down any of your variable interest rate debt, because it's going to get more expensive, which is going to pull more cash out of your household every single month. You'll be working harder to pay the same amount of debt. Second thing you need to be looking to do is put away some cash. And the third thing, in addition to putting away some cash, you need to be looking to get your credit straight as well, because credit is a resource. Now, it gets more difficult to get credit during recessionary periods because lenders tend to tighten their belt on lending on their lending, but you still want to be in position to have good credit. You want to have resources when the recession comes. So you want to pay off your variable interest rate debt, or at least pay it down. You want to look to stock away some cash and get your credit straight. And you also want to start looking for undervalued assets to start hitting the market. And then you can take some of that cash that you've been putting away and you can acquire some assets that are going to grow in value over the course of the next 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Remember, some of the biggest companies were started during a recession, or at least started right after a recession. And that is, again, the good thing about a recession. Those that make it through normally endure an extended period of time of growth after the recession is gone. It's like that's the nature of how things work. After a recession, there is an expansion. So you want to be in position to capitalize on the expansion. You got to make good decisions during the recession. Maurice Bay, the Helpful Trucker here. For more helpful CDL tips, go here or consider subscribing to my YouTube channel right here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but instead you chose to be here with me, and I really appreciate that.